People's song.
Hope is gone.
He's right here.
Realized.
Stanley's right there.
He said, Marge, I'm right here. Please.
Ugh.
Look at the little cat.
He is such a cool cat. Kitty, kitty. I like when he walks by the medicine bag. He hits it and you can hear the little copper little dingle bells. He hits it.
He plays with it?
No, he walks past it.
Oh.
He walks between the TV and this.
Oh.
And it makes it jingle.
He probably likes that.
Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm Hulk and Pat. They just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Mom's feeling better. Mom, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Yesterday, she felt like an ass sandwich. Huh, Ma?
Well, I won't go as far to say how.
She said ass sandwich. It's so cute when little old ladies curse. She doesn't do that often. I'm just glad that she's feeling better. So that's kind of a synchronicity that Mary Shackles came off right out the gate. If you want to listen along, that's what I'm hearing in my ear right now. Today was a pretty okay day. Mom's still kind of recovering. She still doesn't have an appetite, not eating. She had a couple bites of ice cream, had a couple sips of Sprite, I think a couple of pulls of orange juice. We just drink out of a carton around here. So, slowly but surely, your body has to detox somehow. And if you don't release it, if you just ignore it and press it, a lot of that turns into toxins, can get much worse, But she doesn't have any kind of fever or anything like that. I'm going to chalk it up to a little bit too much heavy food in her diet. So I got on to her. I'm going to do my own. I ordered it today. My own DNA test from Ancestry.com. Might be a little bit easier to communicate with people that way. Who knows? Maybe not anyway. So I got a story. If people don't believe in powers outside of themselves that make things happen, guide us, direct us. I was talking about that to Mom a little while ago. I'm like, Mom, your life is remarkable. The things that you have lived through. See, she's 5 foot. She was born with club feet. Had to have all these tendon replacements. She's put into an orphanage, taken away from her family. Put into an orphanage. And then when she was adopted, she was 3, Fast forward, 18 comes around. Her parents gave her a suitcase. Was it 1 or 2? Did you get a whole set, Ma? So she got a suitcase and they told her to be on her way. Ran into a nice young looking man. Nice man, good looking. Up in Seattle. Or no, I don't remember where they met. She had a practice husband. So, that was annulled. And then, I don't know, in the streets of San Luis Obispo, passed my dad one day on a bicycle. I think he was riding a bicycle. I only heard this story one time, because nobody would ever answer my questions when I was a little kid. I always had questions about everything. And the thing of it is that my questions, I had some really weird stuff happen in my family. Stanley verifies that. Some really wicked stuff, peculiar stuff. I don't know, maybe Monarch Kid stuff, MK, maybe all that. I was tested for everything. They were always testing me, And it kind of gave me a complex for a while that there was something wrong with me. Because they were always watching me play, and it's weird, man. I was an empath. I could read people. Read energy. I've done it my whole life. I get it from my mom, huh, Ma? So, I got a little bit more. Juice, because I don't think I had... I didn't have... Mom had a lot of stuff. She had a lot of surgeries, And even back in 1953, that anesthesia, and she had a stroke when she was 38. When she was like in her 20s, dude like freaking beat the crap out of her, kicked her off a second story balcony. I mean, she's a remarkable woman. All because she loved the wrong guy, People that don't know how to not abuse people. See, that's one I find that remarkable. I never put my hands on people out of anger. I know how to defend myself, and I will. But I've been fighting against bullies my whole life, because they just kind of always find us. Sally's getting a drink. So, fast forward. Ever since I was 15, I wanted to live in Oregon. And then I thought, make it happen. So I did. I made it happen. And then once I got there, it was like quickly evident to me that my will and God's will, they weren't congruent. I wanted to be there out of my ego, out of an idea that was nil, because it was an idea that I had since I was 15, and it didn't work out. And I was there 4 years, and I started this video a few months after I got there. So after being there and learning some valuable lessons, and I was looking in my pictures. I got over 46. I can probably close over 47,000 pictures that I have on the cloud that I just have access because I have a password. It's my stuff. It's stored on their stuff. They can do whatever they want. I'm sure all that legalese, when I said, yeah, I'll do whatever, just let me store my crap, let me, yeah, click, 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 whatever, get through it. 47,000. So I was scrolling through all these photos, and I was like, as difficult as life has been, no matter where we are, Mom, we always have made it as comfortable as we possibly can, even under the shittiest circumstances. Huh? Absolutely. So, when things started shifting as I knew I would, October 4th, 2019, on Facebook, I put in, how you could be like, a life event. I put in making a plan, because that's when I knew that I had to be where December, like the big conjunction, or whenever it was. I wanted to be here, yeah. I wanted to be in place, wherever in place was, by the next, And so I just threw it out to God, because I didn't know what we were going to do. I didn't know where we were going to go. I had no idea where we were going to go. I just had $5,000 in the bank and a big red truck. Got a U-Haul. Had to throw freaking a bunch of stuff away. It cost me $600, almost $700, $650. I'm like, dude, could you take something off for that, pretty much brand new dryer washer, top loader, full capacity. Don't take $50. Well, whatever. So, end up in Arizona, which was just weird in itself. That in itself is weird. All the stuff that happened there in the very short time, not having the truck and just like being in this, that was, that's where I really learned to rely on God and just pray all day. That's all I could do, is pray all day. Especially when I listened to the wind outside and the dogs outside, thinking about, God, they just want to be cuddly and cozy, warm inside, and all that. And then it was just like, nope. And then, like, just not even knowing what we're going to do. And now I'm only got, because I paid off down a $1,300 city bill from the city of Salem, even after not having water for 3 years. But I didn't want to stick the landlord with the bill. So I paid that off. So I was down to only like $2,500. And then so I was like, crap, how am I going to get us I got to find us a place. I reached out to like veteran homeless services. I was doing everything I could to try and just, I was going to just, going to get a fifth wheel for us. And then some earth angel donated to me and Mom. Like a freaking more than anybody had ever. So, and then in a chat on Marge Astrology, it was put through that a woman, recommended some, email her, and then put me into contact with the lady who we rent from now. In northern New Mexico. This is where it gets good. Okay? So we've been here since December, about December 10th. It was the day before my grandma's. Would have been my grandma's. She was born 1919, so she would have been 101. Anyway, Edith W. Hessick, Edith Walton Hessick. Anyway, so I was like, okay, God, now we land here, and I get to catch my breath, because it's been a real hard year. Like, it's been a hard year for a lot of people. Weird stuff, huge life shifts. I'm checking out on people on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, they live in a different state last time I looked too. So it's just, life is just, it's the astrology. It depends on what it is. Anyway, this is where it gets good. So I log in to Ancestry.com today. Alright? Because I've been like, okay, God, now I'm here. Now, why am I here? Why am I here, God? Why am I in North? I mean, hundreds of miles from my nieces, and I just want to be there to watch them grow up. And I'm missing it all, and it kills me all the time. But anyway, so I'm like, why am I here in northern New Mexico? And so I look at these emails because I've been busy the last couple years, I mean, let's face it. So I look at these emails from like 2000. This one is April 26, 2018, so 3 years ago almost. Okay? And it says, this is from, I'm not going to say who it's from, because she might not want, she's a first or second cousin, okay? And I forgot about this. I mean, it's like I read it, but I was just saying, yeah, okay, it's far away from me. It's out of touch. I can't, there's nothing I'm going to do, from where I at, And then I saw this. Hi, guys. Don't trip out, Tuck. It's cool. And it says, my DNA match page indicates we could be first, second cousins. Do you have a tie to northern New Mexico? That's where my family, both sides, are from. Okay? Good boy, Tuck. And then it goes on. Okay? And then another email from another person that, get up here, baby. Is it possible? Come on. Luna, let him by. Luna. Come here. Tucker. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, good boy, Tuck. And then this other one. Let's see. Some of the messages weren't loading earlier, so. Nope, not that one. Maybe it's this one. You're okay, bud. You're okay. It's okay. This lady had more information and like more names. I'm not going to say that part, but this was cool. Todd, where'd Benny go? Oh, there's too much going on. Okay. I started thinking about my family lineage for some reason as I was filling out my son's elementary school application tonight. I decided to check my old Ancestry.com account to refresh my memory. And this was written January 10th, 2018. So this was also written a few years ago. Okay, Mom? When we still lived in Oregon. Alright? Right? It says, sorry to bother you. I'm just curious to hear how we may be related. And then they were born in California, the Bay Area. But both of her mom and dad's parents were from the Teos region in New Mexico. So I don't have to wonder anymore why Teos, New Mexico. Hondo and Cuesta. Cuesta is like 20 miles from here. We live. Teos is like 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles. I'm on the outside of town. What? I'm busy, man. Come on. Give me a minute, Benny. Good boy. Come on, Benny. Come on. Come on. So if you don't think that there's powers outside of ourselves that make things happen, it gets even better. Because I mentioned some people, because the lady who we rent from her, I rent from her, she's lived her quest her whole entire life. So I'm like, this person, this bro, yeah, I know this person. This person is, it was her dad's best friend. He died. It's his wife, his mom's first cousin. Isn't that wild, Mom? Our landlord here, right? The girl I pay rent to for us to live here with all the dogs and stuff, right? Right? Her dad, we met him when we first moved here. All right? His best friend, growing up from the time they were young men, his wife is your first cousin.
Oh, that's weird.
I know! Isn't it a trip?
Yeah.
It's a trip. It's a trip. And the thing of it is, it's like, this stuff really shouldn't surprise me anymore. I guess stuff like this has happened a lot in life. I sent her an email today, so hopefully, I don't know, maybe. It could be a different, but maybe not. But it's so neat to look at a picture of a person, and the person looks like Ma. Like, she has, like, me too. See, I always refer things as mom relative, but the reality of it is, if they're related to Ma, they're related to me. We got cat toes. Oh, Tuck, you'll be alright, bud. So, that's a cool story. I had to share it with people. Because I'm just like, why is this, okay, because people want to know why, like it's going to make anything feel, like it's going to make any hardship better, the why. Well, that's really a cool why. I mean, that's a good story. That's a really good story, isn't it? You got a pretty Mom's got a pretty remarkable life, and she didn't even know it. It's pretty freaking cool, man. So.
I think my most remarkable thing is having club food.
Yeah?
That I can walk on my own 2 feet now.
Yeah? Yeah, she's grateful every day she can walk. It's humbling how grateful she is. Because I get so pissy about, like, my shoulders hurt, stuff that I can't control and stuff like that. And she didn't walk until she was, 4 or 5 years old?
People take things walking for granted.
They take so much for granted. Moving around. I was dancing a lot today. I was having a lot of fun dancing around. I like this song. It's on a YouTube ad. Sometimes, like, when they have the ads for... Tucker, calm down. For, before a peace dealer.
Before what?
A peace dealer guy, listen to his videos. They play this song. I think it's called Roses. Is that what it's called? St. John, Roses. Einabach remix. And it's like, I don't know, it's a cool song, and it's only... How long is it? Oh, there it is. 2 minutes and 53 seconds. But is the whole song? But if you move to the beat the whole time, or like kind of run in place to it, that'll get your heart going enough. It's better than nothing. Plus, dancing is so fun. You know, don't people miss dancing? I dance all day long. That's all I can do is dance. Mom just has just kind of learned to tune me out. You know, we've been hanging out for the better part of my whole life. But how many years didn't we live together, Ma? There's a couple. Let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's maybe a year in there that I did between 18 and like 26. Then I went into the Air Force, and then you came out to live with me in 2008. We've been through a lot. Shoot, man. And then we end up in freaking northern New Mexico in the same freaking area that your cousins are, Ma. Ma, the potential that I could see pictures of my grandparents on your side is kind of freaking remarkable, man. And I would counter them. Mom has like, I thought she had more than 15 but less than 20 first cousins. Oh no. Nope. You've got like 36 first cousins.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Where do they live?
All around New Mexico and Colorado and Arizona, all the places where we just have been, where we are.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, huh, Ma? It's pretty wild. Yeah. So, I hope so. That'd be cool. If not, it just wasn't supposed to be. At least it's a cool story. At least we got that. Stories are good. I hope, I got a lot of stories, Flipping baby Bush the bird out the aid shop hangar door on 9/11. I don't know anybody else on the whole planet that can say that. Hey, okay, hey. I've always been a little defiant. I respect rules and boundaries and things like that, especially if it comes to safety. I'm a safety first kid. Because I have learned the consequences from touching electric fences and electrocuting the shit out of myself. Stuff like that. I had a guardian angel knock me off. Hit me in the leg off it, broke the connection. I thought my brother kicked me. And I as soon as the connection broke, it threw me back. And as soon as I came to my coherency, my senses, I freaking kicked him. And he's like, why did you do that? I'm like, you just kicked me. He's like, no, I didn't. And I was like, oh, that was a guardian angel. Another time I almost drowned when I was 5, 6. Up at Brandy Creek. There was a man, they thought I was screwing around, playing around. And then the dude that my mom was with was like, no, I think she's in trouble. And I was going down. I saw the light. I saw the light. Yeah, and then and that's when they started me on swim lessons, and I had swim lessons. And I'm a good swimmer. I'm a strong swimmer. And like my dad we'd have to go down to see him, and we'd go swimming in the ocean, So, it's, and then like we'd go swim at the gym. At one point when I was like, before I ever started smoking, my lung capacity, I could hold my breath for 75 yards, the distance of an Olympic pool. I was freaking out at the end, and like my eyes were bugging out of my head. So I just wanted to be there, but I'm reaching for the wall, but I did it. And I don't know. I always like to do these little things to test myself. Just to tell the story. So, anyway. Summer solstice is coming. Is that not summer? Spring equinox. Spring equinox. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. It's coming up. Man, things are like gonna get primitive, dude. Why? Because human race ain't getting it. Because they ain't getting it. So the more human beings maintain imbalance with their masculine and feminine energy, the more they don't get in the balance, the more earth changes we're gonna see. We're gonna see these, and because we're already seeing it. Because it's like alchemy. Certain energies, like when you blow out a birthday candle and you see the little smoke, or a person dies, their last breath goes out into the solar system, unless some weirdo inhales it. There's people that do that shit. It's freaking weird. They inhaled somebody's last breath. Because then they think they take on their spirit forever and they can control them. It's freaking wicked. Yeah, these are the people that run the world doing this weird stuff. But it's cool, we're just gotta play along with it for what? Till more people start figuring it out? Anyway, what was I saying? I got off on a tangent. Tuck, it's okay, my love. Then I lost my shuffle. And then it's like you're finding out how that they all do it. They all do it. It's like every famous person. What people do to be famous. Sports fans, it's just they all do the same thing. I wonder if it's the same contract. It doesn't matter. It's all signed in blood. It's weird. It's weird. Like there's and now the potential exists that these are videos that I've seen. That they put out there. That they're Photoshop. I mean, that software has existed for freaking years and years and years. You can edit people and make them say things via I could only imagine what the videos people could put together with the things that I've said over the last 4 years. Yeah, woo, But the thing of it is, I don't know. It's all people, and it's gonna get weird because people are so, whether it's true or not now, or not, Agenda 201 exists. And people can go research that on their own. It happened. It's verifiable. Now it's like, how much are people just going to keep their comply? It's just so weird. I've never been a person to just do what I was told just because somebody said. I wanted to know why. Why do we have to do that? But, there's a 99.4%, I'm healthy. I haven't had a cold. I've had one cold in 17 years. Mom had a stomach bug before that. I'm trying to remember the last time she was sick. I think we lived, 10 years ago, maybe, like you didn't feel good. I mean, but years, minus stroke, stuff like my freaking 6 anthrax shots that I got in 3 months. It still does. Because they store that shit in formaldehyde. And 0.5 milliliters. That's 0.5, 10, 15, 20, 20. 30 milliliters of formaldehyde alone that I got. And I'm not a big person. So that's a lot of toxin that was already put into my already compromised endocrine system. So no, anyone else can have my share. Mom doesn't want that vaccine either, do you, Ma? There's more and more stories getting covered up every day of anaphylactic shock, people going into anaphylactic shock. And then I can't, and I don't know if anybody listened to the story in which, we've already lived through some bullshit. So I don't think this is what's gonna be the cause of our demise. So it's good to see a lot of the world opening up. It is. I hate these stupid masks. I think everybody should just stop wearing them. Live their lives. Just live your life, man. Go out, get some exercise. Put the spoon down. Eat some healthy food. Make positive choices. Because, I mean, I'm seeing people. I mean, I remember, like, people will come back from, like, summer break and they'd be tan and fit. And, especially the high school years when people are really starting to transition and come into adulthood and stuff like that. They kind of reemerge after you don't see them all. Wow, so-and-so, blossom. Whoa, this, all that kind of stuff, right? Now people are like, oh, big old piles of blob because they just freaking let themselves get freaking complacent and lazy and sloppy. And I'm a little mushy in my middle, but it was once I guess the mountains got 3 foot of snow last night, so we're almost on the other side of it, I think. But I don't like it cold, and I sure as heck don't like it windy, and it's been super windy lately. So anyway, I've been running my mouth for a long time. Anyway, that was a pretty cool story I had to share, and I'm going to be sharing that story for a little bit here. It's your story, Ma. Somebody's got to tell it. Stories like that can't go untold, Oh, and if people are having trouble right now and, like, drinking, overdoing it, escaping right now, best thing to do, Mom likes to say a lot, it's easier to stay out of a problem than to get out of a problem. So just don't do it. Just don't do it. Whatever it is that people are usually ordinarily, inclined to escape their lives right now, if you have the inclination to do a lot, and if this is good, then no limit is better. Just don't. It's another one of those high portal times right now, Don't be that sacrifice. Don't be that sacrifice to your ego, to your own ego. I just look at it as every time somebody succumbs to ego, that's like one for frickin' the Lucy Fairy Tale Theater. So